This broadcast is presented to you by Mayo Clinic, the #1 hospital in the world.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here for our second day of play in the 17th edition of the Gold Cup 2026 here at Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club. And first of all, we'll go straight to an interview with Hissam Ali Haider, Namu, the manager there of Chihingiri Polo.
Thank you, Adam. And here we are with my friend Namu. Well, friend of everyone. I mean, who cannot be friend of this guy?
Thanks, man. Thanks for the good intro.
Manager of Shangiri. You started with Mohammed Shangiri back 2 years ago.
3 years now.
3 years ago?
This summer will be 3 years. 2020, 3 years exactly. The first season was 2024. 25, now 26. When we complete England, it will be 3 years.
First season was 24. First season here was 25. I mean,
first season in Dubai was 25. We came last year to play the Gold Cup. And England, we played 2 years. The first year we played low goal. And then last year meaning, we played the high goal, Queen's Cup and Gold Cup. And we're still playing high goal. So we're trying to keep building the organization, improving, obviously the horses, the most important part of polo. So we're just going slowly and steadily, trying to get there.
Well, you say slowly, but once you see Mohammed, he goes full speed in every flat out in every play that he can, and also in his organization. Because playing from 1 year to the other, playing the high goal is not slow. What are you saying?
No, it is exactly what you said, because he does go flat out even when he's playing. I've tried to tell him a couple of times, maybe bring it down a couple of miles, but he loves it so much that obviously the idea is to encourage him and make him have a good time. And honestly, he loves it. The whole setup is amazing. Saad and Mohammed are so nice with the players, with the whole team, the grooms. In every aspect, they give us what we need, what's required to obviously get us to optimum performance.
Last year you reached the final. Was a surprise?
Last year, for sure, we came and got to the final. I think everyone was surprised, not only us. I think it was good actually for Dubai Polo. New team came in, got to the final, gives you like somebody who wants to come and play here maybe another year. They know they can come with an organization and they can do it. So it was good fun.
Not only the high goal, but this year you have also a medium goal with the Saad, brother of Mohammed. So you are full on.
We are playing polo every day nearly. We're playing like 4 or 5 times a week, which is good fun actually. And we're doing well in both levels. 12 goal is so competitive now here that even for that you need a strong team, number one, and a big organization. So we're doing okay. We're enjoying ourselves in the 12 goal a lot.
The last one, what you can say about to a patron that is playing probably the 12 goal or not even playing the 12 goal here, but thinking, well, Dubai, you brought a guy out of nothing to play here the high goal. What you can say to those guys that they're watching this?
I think number one, the facilities in Dubai are fantastic. The stabling in Habtoor is unbelievable. They look after us super well. The whole team, the stables, the whole club, accommodation for the players. And then obviously polo is growing here. And it is a reasonably big effort to come here. Yes, you have to be organized, but you can come, you can play here a couple of months. Amazing polo. There's 20 goals, there's 12 goals, there's a lot of low goal. So I think it's on an upward trajectory, polo in Dubai as a whole, with all the clubs.
As a Pakistani, we couldn't figure out what you were saying to Mohammed in the last minute before going to the field. There is any insight?
No, I was just telling him to just stick in ball with some good rhythm, because he's brilliant going to goal, and on a good day, when he goes to goal, he attacks very well. So I'm just saying, when you stick in bowling, just go slowly and attack the goal a bit. So yeah, just nothing too big.
Okay, we leave you to your job of a manager. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you very much, Sebastian and Namu, for those insightful words from the man himself. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our first match here this afternoon on Field 3 is Dubai Wolves versus Chihingiri Polo for their first game here in the Gold Cup 2026. Had a really passion-filled game, should we say, yesterday between the UAE and Bangladesh. with some good running Polo, using the ball well. And UAE coming out with the victory at the end of the day. And so umpires just mounting up here now. And so we're certainly looking forward to getting this one underway. Our next game, of course, is going to be Habtoor Polo, the winners of the Silver Cup, versus Gantut, who have just joined. They didn't play the Silver Cup, so they're coming in fresh. Can be a good thing, can also not be such a good thing if they haven't played so much tournament polo before coming into the Gold Cup. And our umpires on the field are Peter Wright, Matthias Maveni and Chris Hyde. And there you see a view there of Dante Castagnola just mounting up there in the Chihingiri camp, playing very solidly indeed. And the number 2, of course, Antonio Hagi, who first time playing in Dubai, although did play down in Gantut a number of years ago. And I think it was a mere 4 goals. 8 here, 9 in Argentina. And you see on shot there, up here comes Mohammed out of the tent. And looking for his first choice of horse, which I think will be coming out on Visa Black. These, of course, most of these horses from the Elliston Open Breed bloodlines. And there, of course, is Gonza Perez, just getting himself sorted. And there we have in the purple helmet, the maroon helmet, it is Cachete Crespo. And here we have our lineups here. Thank you very much indeed there to Polo Line. And for Dubai Wolves team, playing at number 1 on 1 goals is Habtoor Al Habtoor. Playing at number 2 on 6 is Cesar Cachete Crespo. At number 3 is Felix Essain on 7. And at the back door, it is a familiar face and very strong and solid as ever, Santiago Laborde. And for Chihingiri Polo team, playing at number 1 is Mohamed Chihingiri. At 2, Antonio Hagi on 8 goals. Gonzalito Perez playing off 9 goals here. And Dante Castagnola playing 3. I believe it will be 4 next season in Argentina. And we'll just try and go through a few of the horse lists as the players start to come to the middle of the field. For the umpires to get this first match underway. So Habtoor Habtoor looking to start off on Ruben. Cachete Crespo on Dipodada, Felix on Carabina, and Sandy Laborde on Guitarra. As I said, Mohamed Chihingiri to start it off on Open Visa Black, and Antonio on Clarin, Gonza on Noticia. Just changing his order around a little bit there from previous, and Dante still just waiting for his list, but as soon as I have those, I will certainly let you know who Dante is playing. And just come through here now. Dante in this first chukker. We'll be starting off on Avila. And then after this, we go on to Abuela, Tutuca, and a number of spares. As we know, most of the time the players just giving us the first 3-4 horses, say, number of spares, and then rotate them round depending on how much and how many minutes they've actually played in their chukker. And so the two teams lining up here now. The dark charcoal shirts there of Chihingiri and the light grey for Dubai Wolves. And So looking to get this one underway here now. Of course, this is an open tournament, but all the teams have got themselves a 20-goal handicap. So it looks like umpire Wright just having a quick little chat there with the players. And there'll be no free changes unless called by the umpire. If it's a very long passage of play and horses are showing signs of distress, it'll be changed in their own time. So there'll be quite a lot of scrambling going on at the ends of the field. So just waiting for umpire Wright to call these two teams together here now. And so, looks like we have Dubai Wolves heading towards the scoreboard, and towards the Villa end will be Chihingiri. Throwing in for the first three chuckers on that side, and the ball into play. Into play it comes. Gets caught in the middle of the line out. Trying to pick it up with Habtoor, but couldn't do so. Antonio Hagi hunting for that ball here now. Cacchetti comes round, looks to get the hook, turns away from there. Does Antonio. Can't get a full swing off. He's got Cacchetti in behind. He's got Laborde in there. In front, but manages to get out to the side, and Gonza comes in here now and picks it, makes a turn away, turns back in towards the middle of the field. Laborde coming back to him, so he checks up. Does he play show and go? No, goes in between the two players here now. Does Gonza drags that ball forward. Thought he had lost it for a moment, but no. Gonza keep on going forward here now. Goes with the next shot, puts that one in towards the middle of the field here now. Trying to get up onto that one there is Antonio, but it's going to be picked up there and sent forward here now. Backhand comes in by Gonza, and as Gonza sends it backhand, the umpires deemed that he wasn't quite on the line and just playing it across the front of the horse of Santi Laborde. And so let's have a little look here now. We can see on the replay, thank you very much, Polo line comes forward on it. And no, not enough space and time for him to get into that one there. He thought he was on the line and the ball had come past him and thought he could make the play. But no, not to be, as far as the umpires are concerned. So therefore, the ball will be placed down for a midfield penalty here now. Could have gone further. So the ball's placed there for the midfield penalty, and it's going to be Santiago Laborde on guitarra to make the first play for the Wolves. Cacchetti having a little bit of a tussle up the front there with Pierres. Oh, he dummies the big one, comes in, picks that one up. There's Antonio. He gets in the way here now, does Antonio Hagi. Antonio Hagi on Claren, flattens the pony out here. Laborde closing in, trying to get back to him. He's on the 30, underneath the neck. He goes with that one and swoops it in towards the goal, but no, just caned it a little bit and went a little bit straight. So a good steal there by Antonio, but we can see with a view from behind the goal. Oh, no, he got it sweet, but came off the pony. Ay, 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 and it kicked it out over the back line. So we have Laborde bring it back into play here now. Goes under the net, passes it out here now for Felix. Felix Hussein comes in, gets onto his near side, and it's stolen once again here by Antonio. Great work rate on the field. Nope, we've got a little bit of something going on off the play there, and we get a strong blow of the whistle. As players are trying to come in and contest that play, let us see. Oh, and you can see coming in Dante, and not quite clear on that or clean on that one there. Needs to be shoulder to shoulder, equal speeds. Just got himself a little bit in front, and maybe there's a little bit of something being said. And we have a second blow on the whistle, and it's going to get marched up forward. An expensive way to give away territory, so the ball's now placed here for a penalty for. A 60-yard penalty be teed up once again here now by Felix Hussein, and see if he's going to take it, or maybe it will be Laborde. That will just have to wait for a moment. And yes, it looks like it is going to be Felix Hussein. Come around up onto this one here now. Felix comes up to that one. It's along the ground. It's stopped there by Antonio. Antonio smothered into the play there by Laborde, who picks up the pieces and looks to try and send a little backhand into the play, but it's now stopped there by Cacchetti. Cacchetti tries to turn away from the players, and the backhand comes in once again by Laborde. And going back onto it is Gonzalito. Goes underneath the neck with that one there to take it away from the danger zone and out there towards the Villa side. First onto it, though. Backhand comes in by Laborde. But it's stopped and checked and brought up forward by Gonza once again. Gonza here now on Leticia. Flat out down the field, asking for a little bit more. They don't get quicker than this little mare. Just drops that head and powers up the field. And it is Gonza. Has to straighten himself up onto it. Goes with a cut shot in towards the goal. And oh, hello. He's showing his 10-goal magic there. Absolutely beautiful goal there by Gonzalito Perez. Picks the ball up deep down in the corner. Burns up the field and cuts that one in through the goals. Oh. That's just absolute class. Let's see if that is just the start of what we're looking forward to seeing out here this afternoon. So the ball bowled back into play once again. Bowled in. Comes forward, out of it does Laborde. Looking for the backhand was Dante, but he might just have infringed him on that one there. And so we have another foul there here. So coming in onto it, trying to get onto that one there. And unfortunately, Dante was looking for the near side play, but couldn't quite take it off and get it away. And now we have a penalty too this time in favour of Dubai Wolves. A couple of balls being offered there to Laborde. And we see here a couple of changes going on here now. Gonza looking to get on to Abuelita. The grandmother. And so Felix. Now look, I think he's changed onto Marilyn. Walks up to this one here now. One of his two greys, and this one here is from the penalty 2 spot, and through the goal it is. So leveling up the scores here, 1 goal apiece here in chucker number 1. So back to the middle of the field it is. Umpire right, line the two teams up. Halfway through this 5 chucker match in the first chucker, and through the ball comes. Out it comes here now. Antonio pounces onto that one once again. You see coming down the middle of the field here. He needs to get a move on. Here's Laborde. Goes with a longer shot in towards the goal. He fires it forward. It's just pulling up a little bit. No, oh, great backhand there by Laborde. But who's onto it first? It is that man, Gonzalito. Looking for something out of it is Felix, but he's clean. Turns, faces back forward here once again. Looks to send that ball forward. Comes off the pony. Goes forward, up forward here now. But it is now going to be Laborde to pick up the play. Laborde. Yes. It's told to use it, leaves it, so Felix has to make a play on that one there and puts it out in towards the middle of the field, looking to find Cacchetti. Cacchetti looks for the first time play. Couldn't quite pick that one up cleanly, and it's now left here for Antonio. Antonio just waits a little bit, and now's Gonza to come back to him, goes forward with it. He knows he's got Gonza behind, he's got Felix, who comes one way, goes the other way, looking to try and weave his way through and goes from a distance and puts it in towards the goal, but no, just to the left-hand side it is. You can see he's trying to weave his way through the traffic, find a little bit of a window. Goes with that there, but unfortunately just slips past the left-hand goalpost. And it will be Santiago Laborde to bring it in once again. Santi, under the neck, out there now for Felix. Going across to him there is Dante Castagnola. Sends that ball up forward, letting it do the work, looking there for Cacchetti. Cacchetti going back with Mohamed. Plays the backhand. No, in fact, it is actually Habtoor. Looks to try and come onto it. He just takes it away there from Gonzalito, but in comes Antonio. Looks to tidy up, brings the pony around the corner here now, but getting onto it first is going to be Laborde. Turns away there from Gonzalito, who picks up the pieces here now, looking for someone to pass it out to. He goes out into open space for Antonio to get to, but Laborde comes in, matches him on that play, takes the hook. There's the backhand, this time by Cacchetti. Looking to pick up on the near side is Habtoor is near side. The backhand comes out there by Castagnola, who played the near side, allowing Castagnola in onto it, but now it's picked up here by Felix. Antonio onto the play once again. Decides to go under the neck with this one here and gets it further under the neck out there for Gonzalito, waiting for the passing play. Sends that ball in towards the middle of the field, looking for Dante, but it's stopped there by Laborde, but it's sent up once again here now by Gonzalito. Gonzalito comes up, gets told to lead the play, but it's now picked up by Laborde. Laborde up onto it once again. Laborde coming up onto the play, coming in onto it. These two cancel each other out, yields off, leaves it, and it's now going to be left here for Felix. Felix up onto the play. Felix Essaying, a good passage of play here now, and it's sent up forward, but it's only as far as Dante waiting for him there as Cachete. Helps him round the corner and turns the play, and round he comes here now, looking for Gonzalito. Gonzalito looking to run onto that one there in front of Laborde, then does so. He's hungry, he's wanting something out of this here. Can he get past Felix is saying, but trying to get onto it first will be Felix. Felix comes in, the backhand underneath the tail. Well read there by Cachete. Cachete picks up the play. Dante in there, putting pressure on him as he turns it and faces back forward once again. He gets a little window to fire that ball up, and it's only as far as Gonzalito. Gonzalito up onto the play. And we get a whistle on the play. And let's see what it is. Laborde was looking for something, or was he looking to clear out the way? And we also had Antonio coming around the front as well. But let's see what the umpires really... He wasn't actually involved in the play, but let's see what they have to say about that one there. So they had a couple of options to pick from, but they will pick what they felt was the first and potentially dangerous play. Because after all, the rules Polo set up for safety of horse and player. And it all comes down to distance and speed. And so the ball is still where the infraction occurred. However, we have a ball being brought back here now for a penalty for. Gonzalito was looking for something a little bit further forward, but clearly not the point. They were coming away from the goals and not attacking towards. So the umpires are given a penalty for, a 60-yard penalty. Got a bit of a breeze out here this afternoon, coming from the corner villa, at that villa end across the field. So as Gonzalez look at the goal, it's coming from right to left and back towards him slightly. So Gonzalito Perez to circle around here now. Changed on to another one. 24 seconds on the clock. Gonzalito comes in, skyrockets that ball. Umpires saying it's gone to the left. And there is a breeze coming from right to left. So it's just gone wide and out over the back line. It'll be Santiago Laborde to bring it back into play here in chucker number 1, and it's 1 goal apiece. Ball is in. Santi sends it out here now for Felix. Felix getting in there. The first shooter goes. Felix on the balls there with Antonio. Felix again. Felix yields off. Leaves it now for Laborde, and he just cracks that one. It goes straight into the pony. Into Peter Wright, the umpire pony's car as well. But there you have it. Nice way to influence and find friends. And that there will be chucker, ladies and gentlemen. So at the end of chucker number 1, it's 1 goal apiece it is. And so we'll now go to a break and a few messages from Polo Line before we start chucker number 2. So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers. You've got a view there of the Wolves camp, and you have Habtoor in the distinguishable helmet. Sir, can you please come back from the boards, sir, with your son? It is a safety zone. Back from the boards, please, Matthias. Sir. Child in red shirt, gentleman in blue. Thank you very much, safety zone. I know the play's not in play, but the ball can move about 106 kilometres an hour, and most Polo players will tell you they've had broken bones for it more than once. And so, where are we now? Back to our Polo Line viewers. There we have it. And at the end of that chucker, you just see Habtoor just warming up there. And in this chucker, we should have Santidad there for Habtoor. Petty for Cachete. Felix come out on Rania. Santi out on Snowmass, the familiar grey. With Mohammed come out on Power. Antonio on Bamba. Gonza on this lovely little chestnut Happiness. And so the ball's placed down here now on the 60-yard line. Because the ball was struck directly into the pony. And Gonzalito Perez circle around here on Happiness with a penalty fall. Skied the one earlier, struck it beautifully, but it just drifted left because this breeze is getting a little bit stiffer. Gonza strikes it well, it's going towards it, gets half checked, it gets stopped though by Laborde on Snowmass right at the back door there. Cachete had a bit out of it, took the sting out of it and stopped there nicely by Laborde. Laborde on the play here now, trying to get up and away past there from Antonio. Leaves the ball here this time for Felix. Felix goes under the net. You see Laborde cuts one way, cuts the other way. Gets a lot of work done on this pony here now. Comes forward once again, picks it up well. But Dante's back in there, keeping the pressure on. Has just gone past the ball, comes back, picks it up into his near side, comes round. Dante tries to poach it, but he's going to have to go back and set things once again. Is Laborde. Laborde drills that ball up forward here now, looking for Felix, but goes up past Antonio. And it's Habtoor looking for the near side play, picks it up, bounces the ball out. And next on to that, Felix jumping onto it quickly and putting it away through the goal for goal number 2 on the board there for Dubai Wolves. Great keen eye there by Felix Hussein. In the slight discombobulation of the players trying to find the ball, he was onto that one quickly and drilled it away through the goal, making it 2 goals it is here now to the Dubai Wolves. Here at the start of chucker number 2. And so, back to the far side of the field there for umpire right. To bowl that ball into play, and into play it goes. Looking for it in the middle there is Cachete. Goes with the backhand, tries to open it up here for Laborde. He's hooked off out of it there, but it's picked up now by Dante. Dante Castagnola turns, faces forward, takes the hook there and leaves the ball here now for Gonza, but we get a whistle on the play. So you see Dante, he's just turns, tries to go onto it, and maybe we have a little bit of an issue with the 2 players up ahead between Cachete and Antonio. And it's a fair play drop, as somebody got a bit of a knock, so bringing this ball into play here now for Chingiri. Here's Dante Castagnola. Cachete comes to him. He drills that one up forward. Oh, cruelly comes off the back of the pony there of Gonzalito. And Cachete can get onto this play here now. Cachete, he's got Gonza in front, so he takes it out in towards the middle of the field. Looking to outrun Gonza. Gonza gets the hook. Who's the next man in behind? Antonio picks it up from behind his pony and trying to struggle with that one there as I see. And he manages to pick it up well. Does Felix. Felix on the move here now. Couldn't pick it up, could Antonio, but it's fizzed up once again here by Cachete. Ricochets off a pony and first onto it will be Felix, and under the neck he goes, but it's stopped in its tracks there by Gonzalito, who sets up the play, checks, turns, comes back inside. Laborde comes in to join the party. He's right across him, looking for a little bit of space, and he gets a nice little window and sends that one out. He's looking for Dante, but first to it will be Cachete. Goes with a nice open backhand. Puts it out there for Felix. Felix gets hooked off out of it, but manages to try and get hold of the ball, but he can't. Antonio does. Tries to get in onto it. There's Laborde, but advantage on that one. And as Antonio flicks that forward out here for Dante. Next onto it is Cachete. Backhand looking for Felix, but picked up here by Antonio Hegi. Antonio takes the man, leaves the ball. Or does he? No, he goes back to the ball again. And in front of him there, he finds Laborde. Not giving them much room this Dubai Wolves team, as the ball is sent up here this time. Takes it deeper down in his own territory here now. Does Felix Essayin. Cachete keeping Dante off out of it. He feels he's just interfering with him a bit, but nothing worth bothering the umpires about, and it's Hussein. Sets it up. Nobody with him at the moment, so he's going to bring it a bit further forward and bring it up to Gonza. Goes with the weighted pass out there for Laborde. Laborde onto it here. Antonio there with him. He's gone forward with that play. Comes off the pony. Checks up and comes back onto that one there. Is Gonzalito with Laborde in contention. But he waits for the free man of Antonio to pick this one up here now. Antonio comes forward once again. Antonio drives it up once more looking for Gonza. Gonza in there, Laborde in front. Goes to get that underneath the neck and try to get it out there for Dante. But it's going to be Mohammed. Mohammed coming forward onto this one. Burns plaster prayer. Goes with the shot. Gets hooked off out of that one there at the last minute by Felix Hussein. Felix in the play. Turns away from the goal mouth here now. Good break there by Mohammed, but hooked off out of it by Felix, and it's sent up here now for Habtoor Habtoor. Habtoor Habtoor at pace up the middle of the field. Going back with him there is Antonio. And the near side backhand by Antonio, thwarting that attack. And first round up onto this one here, looking for something is Gonza as he's come round. And he reckoned that Felix had come across, but they believe it was safe enough. And it's going to be Felix Hussein. Felix coming forward once again. Felix looks to try and come through the traffic here now. Goes with the next shot in towards the goal, and he's going to get that one there, and he puts it away. Does Felix Hussein. 2 goals there for Felix here in Chucker number 2, making the score 3 goals it is to Dubai Wolves. 1 for Chihingiri. And there you see just the last finishing touch there. Prior to that, Gonza had turned around and actually come back up the line, and he thought that he was close enough to claim it as Felix came in onto the play. And so we've got a quick change of ponies. It's almost like a free change they've given because a good running passage of Polo there. And so just waiting here now for a couple of the... Actually, no, it's just Habtoor waiting for. Mohammed. So Habtoor mounted up here now. Mohammed coming back on as well. So the 2 teams will line up there on the Villa side and umpire right and get Chucker number 2 back underway once more. 3 goals to 1 it is in favour there of Dubai Wolves. So umpire right. Lines the 2 teams up. Just looking for a vague resemblance of a gap. Bowls that ball into play. Skews up out the back of the line out. Picking this one up here is Gonza. Gonza goes to the near side backhand, looking to feed it back through, but comes off the pony. Cachete looks to try and pick this one up here now, as does Dante. They're both fishing for that possibility, and the umpire blows his whistle. And let's see what they have to say. Let's see on the replay there. So as always, we'll just leave that one, of course, for our umpires to make a decision. And the decision has been that it's going to get moved forward here now. Up for a penalty 4 in favour of Chihingiri. Attacking that Villa end. And so the ball being teed up here now by Gonzalito. Let's see if he can get this one straight through the pylons. Had one stopped, one wide. So Gonzalito. Up onto this, strikes it beautifully once again. The flags are aloft, the eye is in, and goal number 2 on the board there for Chihingiri by Gonzalito Pierres. Oh, hang on, questioned. Oh, the flag went up. And the whistle has gone, clock. The whistle's gone, clock. You need to go back to 156, please, Suleiman. 156. Let's see what the umpires decide. They've gone back for a review of it. And from the drone, they believe it has gone wide, just to the right-hand side. A little overcorrection, and it's going to be Laborde to bring it in off the back line here now. Santiago cuts this one out wide. Good angle on it there for Felix. Gets himself across the field. Going back to him, though, is Dante Castagnola. Goes for the first-time play. Puts that one nicely under the net. Good open running Polo here now for Habtoor. Just met there by Cachete. Sport that play a little bit, and it's now picked up by Antonio. Antonio Higgy up on the play. Turns back inside there of Cachete. He's got Gonza just gone up forward. Looking for something out of this one here. Has to tap it one more time, then puts that one out into open space, but maybe a little too far for Dante to get onto, as you see Felix just waiting for the man. Line, straight onto the ball. Flicks it back inside, comes back onto it again. Gets that pony around nicely here now. Taps it back here for Laborde. Laborde straightens himself up. Gonza waiting there for him. Puts a nice ball up the field, as always does Laborde up here looking for Habtoor Al Habtoor looking for the big neck shot, and he cracks that one with the bucket of ice as well for the pony, and there it is through the goal. It's an absolute cracker. Let's just look at the replay on that one there. Straight through the goals from a distance, bouncing literally on the line. So through the goals on the full by Habtoor Al Habtoor. Make it 4-1. Going to make good use of Habtoor out here this afternoon, no doubt. And so the ball into play. Trying to pick it up there was Gonza, being hassled by Laborde. Laborde comes in, gives him a good bump and a ride off, and picks up the play and takes it out towards the Villa side. He has to go near side here now as he looks to try and control Antonio too. Keeps going forward. Antonio in behind. Antonio hooks him, picks up the spoils. Antonio turns back into attack once more. Looks to load this one up the field. As he does, it comes off the pony there of Felix. He was looking to hoof that one hard. Get it out there for Dante, who has cut, run, and out of there. So let's see on the replay. Saw Dante had gone. Does so, but came off the pony there of Felix. So that'll bring them back again. And so the ball's dropped down here now. For a spot penalty. Only 5 there in favour of Dubai Wolves. 4-1 is the score here in Chukker number 2. So the ball being teed up there by Laborde. And so due to the severity of the foul, or lack of severity, it's from the spot sent up forward here now. Forward it goes, but it's going to be Dante to come onto this here first. Sweeps that one underneath the neck out into open space here now to try and set up a play. The first 2 to goes. And it is Dante in there with Habtoor, working hard, tries to pick the play up here once again. He has Felix in there. Felix picks up possession of the play here now and comes forward once again. Goes forward here now, but we get a whistle on that play. Maybe there was a little bit of blocking, maybe a bit of obstruction. Let's see what they have to say. But the first hooter has gone, ladies and gentlemen. So it'll just be checked whilst they go for Chukker. The score at the end of Chukker number 2 is 4 goals to Dubai Wolves, 1 for Chihingiri. And now for our Polo Line viewers, we'll just go to a few messages and adverts before we start Chukker number 3. finish it off, and here we go here now. Lovely neck shot. Oh, that was a lovely neck shot there by Gonzalito. Put it away well. Absolute cracking neck shot. Just got enough space and time to get through and onto that ball. And here we have Habtoor supporting Crespo. Crespo got away out into space. Nothing Dante could do. He's just to the ball too quick. So a lovely shot there. And here we go. Up onto it here now. You see Habtoor has been ridden off by Saad, but just got the better of him and put that one away underneath the neck. And yet again here we have it was a cracking play there by Felix San. Let the ball do the work and put it up the front door there for Crespo. Well positioned and put it away nicely. And this just poetry in motion, that near side neck shot there by Gonzalito. So players back out on the field. Welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers. And Gonza just having a quick chat with the umpire for the outcome there of that play, which will be a spot penalty here now in favour of Chihingiri possibly. They allowed a little bit of advantage to see if something would come off it, and nothing came in favour of Chihingiri, so we have a spot penalty here now. In favour of Chihingiri, I believe. Could be wrong, again. However, here in chucker number 3, Habtoor to come out on Egada. Cachete out on Meteoro. Felix on his little grey, this other grey, Dama. And Santi out here on Florentino. Menterita, it is for Mohamed. Plomera for Antonio. And Gonza, Perdiz, and Dante on Tutuka. So Dante on Tutuka to bring this one in here now. So Dante comes up forward, up onto the play. Just taps up forward up there to Cachete Crespo, the primary, and then he cuts this one out down the boards here now. Looking for Gonzalito, waiting for him, of course, there is going to be Felix. Sends that one up there, under the neck, trying to get it up now for Antonio. Antonio can pick that play up here. Tries to weave his way through the traffic here once again. Does Antonio. Hey, nice little bit of stick work. Gets a big bump and a thump there. Controlling it is Laborde, picks up the play. Laborde turns, faces back into attack once again, deep down in his own corner, and goes straight down the boards here now for Cachete. Cachete crosses over from his stick side onto his near side, comes in behind. Gets told to play it. Tries to lean into that one and send it up forward. He's looking there this time for Felix on Dama. Hoists that ball up forward here, looking for Habtoor, but going back at great pace there with him is Mohamed. He goes away from the line, comes back onto it, and Dante Castagnola comes in and just picks that one up and clears it away here now. Dante Castagnola, but Laborde comes back to him quickly. Laborde sends a backhand, but it's stopped there by Antonio. Antonio picks this one up well, looks to get away here from Laborde. Laborde comes in. He's onto it once again. Is Antonio. Antonio waits for that to settle, and he goes with a cracking shot and cracks Cachete. And of course, the immediate apology. I hope you're okay. Or maybe not an apology. Maybe you did come across him. Let's see if we have anything out of that one there. But he looked pretty clean. So let's see what the umpires decide. Well, from where I'm sitting. And it looks like Antonio's quickly going to get changed. Felix has already made his mind up. He's heading up there towards the Villa end. And be waiting for a ball. And yep, it was a full-blown strike straight into the pony, into the player. And so we have a penalty 4. The previous one was from the spot, was more because they were going away at pace from the hitter. Here they're at pretty well equal speeds. So the severity of it is brought down to a penalty 4 here now for Wolves. So Felix comes in, strikes it, gets there, and it looks like that one's just gone wide. Out over the back line. There's head height balls. And so it will be Dante Castagnola. On to Duca to bring it in from the Villa end. Dante taps it once, brings it inside there. Oh, Cacchetti gets himself a little untidy, so he goes under the neck. The ball just gets held up a little bit, but going back to it there is going to be Gonza. Waiting for him, of course, is Laborde. Gonza cuts that one into the middle of the field. He's looking there for Antonio, but Cacchetti picks this one up here now. Cacchetti onto the play. Cacchetti looks to try and weave his way through the traffic, but not giving up his Antonio, as he never does. And it's Antonio, comes in, looks to pick it up, but it's going to be Felix once again. Goes with the next shot, fizzes that one up forward, and he's got Cacchetti gone forward, but Dante's back there with him. They hook each other out, but the ball travels, but it's going to be Antonio to clear it off the back line for Gonzalito Perez to pick up here now. Gonza in there with Felix. Left now for Antonio Hagi. Antonio sends that one up the middle of the field here now, but it's gone a little bit too far for his teammates to get onto, and Habtoor picks it up, looks to turn it, but it's going to be backed off out of it nicely there by Cacchetti Crespo. The nice simple play, and the backhand sent out once again here now by Gonza for Antonio to try to get onto. Antonio over the top of that one there, but he's helped out, and the ball sent forward once again here by Dante, and trying to pick it up on the near side was Cacchetti, but Dante gets another bite of the cherry and brings it forward once again. This time lets the ball settle and fizzes that one in towards the goal, and through the goal it goes there from Dante Castagnola. You just saw he just paused on it for a moment, let it settle. Lovely nice swing there at the goal. You can see he's just put that one away beautifully there, did Dante Castagnola, and everybody's out there on the change, scrambling for ponies. 4-2 is the score here now in chukker number 3. We're about halfway through this chukker as umpire Wright awaits for them as he counts them down. They're all quick. Ball into play. No hanging about out here this afternoon, and it's Gonza. Looks to come away with that one there. Gets back onto the near side play. Just pings it underneath the tail beautifully, but the first to surface here will be Felix in there with Esayan. You see, he turns round, takes his man, sends the backhand under the tail once again, looking for Cacchetti. Cacchetti gets his play sport there by Dante. Dante's looking to come back onto it, but Cacchetti gets a hook and picks up the play. It is Cacchetti Crespo. Crespo in there, checks up on the play, trying to get in there as Antonio, but Cacchetti comes up with the play here once again. Cacchetti Crespo looking to straighten this one up and go goalward bound, and he's got Gonza in there in front, couldn't quite pick that one up, and it's now backed off out of it there by Dante Castagnola for Antonio. Hooked off out of it there by Habtoor, but as he does, he comes across and in between the two players and fouls a trailing player, I would say. And this ball's been picked up here now, and you can see on a replay, comes in with the hook, but in doing so fouled the trailing player, and the trailing player was Gonzalito Perez. And so we've got a few more changes going on. It looks like Chihingiri are going up to their pony line end to have a quick swap round again. The Grooms will probably have to pick those ponies up and take them back down the other way once more. And the ball's being moved forward here now for a penalty for a 60-yard penalty. That's basically two players were gone from the black. They were going forward to attack that Villarreal goal. And so it's going to be Antonio to just tee this one up. Those Gonza quickly changes. As doesn't happen, as a Dante. And it looks like it's actually going to be... I know for a moment I thought Antonio was going to take it up here now, but Gonza's taken up the responsibility once again on the 60-yard penalty. 2-4's the score in favour of the Bay Wolves. Needing this one here, Archie Ngiri. Comes up onto it, strikes it, it's not as high, but it looks like that one's whistled through the goal mouth. Just overhead height it is for Gonzalito Perez. Making it 3 goals now it is for Chihingiri. And the 4 for the Wolves. You can see on that replay there's no stopping that. And so back to the middle of the field once more. We've got 2:45 on the clock as the players make their way back to the middle of the field on the Villa side. Ball back into play. Into play it is, nicely out at the back. Picking up to the border, but taken off from there by Gonzalito. Sends it backhand for Antonio. Antonio wants that one, but in doing so, just comes a little bit slowly to the ball in front of Felix. Or the ball came slowly to him, should we say. By just picking a shoe off the field, I believe it is. And so we have a spot penalty here now in favour of Dubai Wolves for Santiago Laborde. Laborde brings this one forward, sends it out there for Felix. Felix has found himself a little bit of space here now, got him napping. Felix Essayin on the move once again. Felix just checks a pony, cuts that one in towards the goal, but it just slithers past that left-hand goal post and wide. So, 1 goal is the difference still. 4 goals to 3, with 2 minutes left to play in chucker number 3 before going into the half-time break. And our final 2 chuckers as Dante Castagnola brings this one up here now. Dante goes under the neck with that one there, out there for Gonzalito. Gonzalito Perez checks up this pony here now. Looks to come back inside and straightens it up and sends it up. A lofted ball up there looking for Dante, but in front of him there, trying to get onto it there. As Dante was trying to get onto it, he's possibly got Felix parked in front. The umpire's right behind, and we have a whistle on the play. Let's see on the replay. And you see, the ball was coming straight, but it came off Felix's pony as he was, off Cachete's pony, and possibly just impeding. And whilst they're just reviewing this, of course, you see on screen, innovation in equine protection, block it. Good for Polo, being thumped on the Polo by a mallet or a ball, and also in the temples of the horse, and also right in the crown spot between the eyes. And so they're just going back onto this one here now, just to be doubly sure. And they're just working out how far they'll go with this penalty. And you can see on the replay there now, they're all looking for that ball, and holding his line was Dante. And so they're moving this up here now for a penalty 3. A 40-yard penalty here now for Gonzalito. Looking to level it up here in chucker number 3. So Gonzalito Perez. Circling around up onto the 40-yard penalty 3. Comes in, drive shoots it along the ground. It gets stopped there by Felix, and now pulled off the line here by Laborde. Laborde. He's got Gonza there with him. Underneath the neck he goes to take it away from the big fella himself and sends it out here now for Felix. Felix, first time play, straightens himself up and sends it out here now for Habtoor or Cachete. Cachete looks to pick this one up on the first play. Does so nicely. Going back with him there is Dante. Dante's got the mark of the man. Takes the man, opens up a little bit of a backhand, and Habtoor's going to be able to pounce onto this one here now and cuts it in towards the middle of the field, leaving it for the near side there of Mohammed, but Habtoor powers on through the play here once again. Under the neck he goes, couldn't execute that one there, picked up here by Felix once again, and it's now Cachete onto it, and Cachete taps it, through the goal it goes. And so flags aloft, so 5-3 it is now to Wolves. Good persistence there by the Wolves. You saw Antonio found himself over the ball, had to yield off it, didn't have the right to make a play, leaving it open there for Cachete, who said thank you very much and put goal number 5 on the board. Does Cachete Crespo. So back to the middle of the field it is. 33 seconds on the clock and the ball's into play, and the big man himself is Gonzalito Perez. Comes away with it here now. Gonzalito just gets his place pulled a little bit there by Laborde, but it's going to be Antonio here now. Antonio in there with Cachete. Gray's told to pull off out of the play, and Antonio sends that one up forward, up the front door here now. He's got Dante going back at pace here, but he's got Laborde there with him, and he's got the better of Laborde and puts it away. Great use of the ball there. Good foresight there. And sent it up nicely for Dante Castagnola under a lot of pressure. As you can see here now, Laborde, not an easy man to get away from. Gets in a nice little fist pump there from Dante Castagnola from the young man. And we have now the final Hooter goes, or the Hooter goes, and that there will end chucker number 3. So the score after 3 chuckers is 5 goals to Dubai Wolves, 4 for Chihingiri. And so we'll go to a break and some adverts from Polo Line before we come out for our last 2 chuckers. Thank you very much indeed.
I think we did it, silver and gold 3 years ago or 2 years ago. And with the same with Bati Bajugar, the captain. And we in the last 3 years we had a couple of changes, and this year the team played together more, so they are like the spirit is there. They understand each other very much. Of course, when I qualified and then UAE qualified, for me it was not easy to relax for the 2 days before the final match, because the UAE, as you know, is a very strong team. They are ranked #1 in the UAE and the region. So to play against them, you have to be really prepared very well. So we prepared ourselves very well. We had almost we flew 34 horses in the top of what I have over here, and we played our game, and we just went, as we said, all in. Of course, during the game, halfway they advanced 2 points against us, but we in the halftime we tried to find where is the issue, where is the problem, and then we went and we draw, and then we scored 2 goals ahead and finished the game. So I think the old team and the new team is both of them very solid. But in this team, I felt more relaxed. As in every game, we win by 2-3 goals, except of course with the Wolves, we lost 1-0. I think maybe it was our mistake. We went relaxed inside because we already qualified. But this team, I feel, is more solid, and then I would say that one is 99, this is like 100%. I think it doesn't matter. If you are too busy, you always have time for the good things you do in your life, which is a sport in general, and my passion to polo and horses. So it doesn't matter. If I can't do it in the afternoon, I come in the morning to do it. So I don't have a fixed time. If you realize that in the last 1 month, I've been coming in the morning practicing after my meetings and then go back to the office again. So whenever I have a gap, I go for my exercise and riding my horses. Yeah, good you remind me. I mean, our teams won 3 games. Yesterday we won a game with the Khalaf, and Habtoor with the Wolves. I won with Habtoor. And I have a generation that they love polo. And then I have my grandson, as you saw, and even my granddaughter, they love polo and they come riding all the time. But of course, they're still little. I'm preparing them for the future. And this is very important, that it's not only about me, it's about how to make the polo going in the future. This is very important. As you know, the polo is very expensive and difficult to find people to play the high level.
Sarah in there. Oh, Patolsky couldn't bring it up. Oh, Haider Bangash once again. That was goal number 3 for Haider. Great afternoon for Haider Bangash on his goal scoring. Hareche picked that ball up beautifully from behind. Good eye, keeps this ball moving forward and looks to stick and ball this one home, and through the goal it goes. And the backhand there by Hareche. Oh, there was a beautiful backhand there. It was placed into the middle field for him to pick up. He opted to take an amazing open backhand out there for Rochi. Found a bit of space and off he went and put it away as he does. And here we have once again Rochi taking on the big man. Goes under the neck. Lovely goal by Torgita once again. And here Lukin flicks that up and in comes Haureche on the top of the bounce. Through the goals it goes. That was a cracking goal, I thought. And here once again Tomasito cuts this one in. This is for Haider, and Haider finishes it off well. Here, this was Patolsky. It was a chucker number 1 there. It's on Chiva. Turned around, scored a couple of great goals in that chucker. 2 back-to-back goals. Gets up past the man, and that's number 2. Oh, we're going to some of the goals here now, and this is a lovely finish. Next shot there by Haureche. And this is Bautista. Just showing enough room at that. Just a beautiful goal there by Bautista. They're having to run back for it, but it's going all the way from Bautista Bajuga. And this one, Bauti playing a little bit of cat and mouse here. Gets up past, flicks that one forward, gets the ride off. goes with a little shot and puts that one away well. And here we had, that was a lovely passing play, really keen up there for Torreguitar. Torreguitar scoring back-to-back goals in that chucker and going forward here now. Torreguitar once again comes in, couldn't get the backhand there, could Solari, but it's going to be Torreguitar, finishes that one off well. Coming back inside once again, Torreguitar shows a bit of a show and go, looks to come inside, then straightened up and off he goes here now. Ujoa tried to get back to him, but not to be. Here, Bauti comes in, just finishes that off, looking for something out of that was Kulu, but not to be.
We come back from the halftime break with the innovative play of the match. Mayo Clinic breakthrough moment.
On it, but it's only being picked up here now by Lukin. Lukin, nice little pass there, out there for Salva. Goes to the open backhand. Beautiful open backhand. Lovely, classy, passing play. This is Polo, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely pass there by Salva. Out here for Rocci. Rocci looking to run this one all the way home. There you go. Thank you very much indeed. Now that was a classy goal. So welcome back now, ladies and gentlemen, to our Polo Line viewers. You can see it on the screen there by chucker. It was 1 goal apiece at the end of chucker number 1. At the end of chucker number 2, it was 4 goals to 1 in favour of Dubai Wolves. However, 1 goal scored by Dubai Wolves in chucker 3, but 3 goals were scored by Chihingiri, making the final score at the end of the first 3 chuckers, 5 goals to 3. 5 goals to 4, rather. And viewing there on Facebook, of course, is Mohammed Reza Baboudi. Good afternoon to you, Mohammed. And Argo Mustaza Ali. Back up Chingiri Polo. Rashid Giri and Tariq Hissam Chowdhury. Saying good luck to everybody there. And of course, for Chihingiri. And so, 2 teams coming together here now. It'll be umpire Baveni. Bowls that ball into play. Gets caught out of the line out. Looking for its Dante. Couldn't. Cachete picks it up. Cachete. In there with Antonio. Looks to turn this ball around. Antonio trying to keep the pressure on him. Just yields. Goes under the neck with that one there. Didn't quite get enough onto that one there for Felix to come on to. Felix just turns back, picks it up and turns it away there from Antonio. Leaves him with Gonza and sends that ball up there. Does Felix trying to get it up for Cachete. Cachete comes in with the bump and ride off there on Antonio and picks up the play. In behind him there is Habtoor. Around comes Gonza to come join the party and try and spoil it and try and pick up the pieces here. But Antonio flicks that one away, trying to pick it up once again there. Is Cachete, goes with that near side backhand. The near side backhand there is stopped here though by Dante Castagnola. Castagnola coming forward. He's got Antonio going up the middle of the field here now. And it is going to be Dante. Looks for the big one. Looks to try and get back onto this one again. He can get back onto it once more. He gets a bounce back and he picks it up well. Here's Dante Castagnola. Flicks it away there from Laborde. Comes through on the near side. And he reckons he's just slightly interfered with on that one. As he does, he ends up putting that ball out over his back line. Or the back line rather. And so therefore, good attacking play there by Chihingiri. But the ball's on the back line here now for Santiago Laborde. And Dubai Wolves to bring back into play Laborde. Second time play, sends it up for Cachete. Cachete settles on it. Looks to see who's gone forward, and he tries to send that forward, but drills that one straight there into Dante Castagnola. Cachete is convinced he impeded him. So let us see what the umpire's thoughts are on that one there. We have a bit of a replay there. Maybe he did have room to make the play, but Cachete thought that he was impeded and didn't had his window blocked, as it were. This ball's been dropped down for a penalty 4. Another penalty 4 here now for Chihingiri. And in chucker number 4, we have Habtoor supposedly out on Candy. Yemen for Felix, and we have for Santiago Laborde, Orquesta. Mohamed out on Asman. Gonzo on Letra. So it's Antonio. Comes up to this, strikes it, it's high, but it looks like it's gone out to the left-hand side. Wide it is. That's 4-4s. So Santiago Laborde once again goes out there towards the Villa side to get up there to Felix. Felix Hussein powering onto this play here now. Felix goes with the short shot, keeps it short. He's got Antonio coming back to him. Looks for the hooking play, avoids the hook there, sends it up here now. But Dante Castagnola is going to be able to come in onto that one there. Does so, sends the backhand. The backhand doesn't quite get there for Antonio, but he managed to get back somehow and pick that one up. Antonio being hassled and spoilt in his play there by Cacchetti. Cacchetti tries to pick it up the play, but in comes Antonio, and we get a whistle on that play. Cacchetti came in and stole that one away from him. Let's see if we can see on the replay here. Cacchetti has that play. He's going away from the goals, and so they're giving a spot penalty here now in favour of Dubai Wolves. Teed up there by Felix. What about the 60-yard line? But it's a long way from goal. It's a long way wide. 50 yards wide from the centre. Cacchetti Crespel. Sorry, no, not Cacchetti, rather it was Felix. Felix drills that one in up forward here. Cacchetti's trying to get onto the end of that one there. But Habtoor looks to try and pick it up and send it forward, but he might have just come round the front of the oncoming players, and we'll just have another little review as the whistle goes. And a spot penalty it will be, it looks like, in favour of Chihingiri. So Dante Castagnola, let's bring it in here now. Dante brings it up. Cacchetti cuts this one out here now for Gonza. Gonza out wide here now. Laborde comes across to him. Gonza on Letra. Sends that ball up here now, looking for Antonio. But Antonio being hassled all the time. Oh, and he just tries to keep that one in as it comes off his mallet and cruelly goes wide. But good pressure there by Felix Hussein. So the ball will be dropped down here now for a free ball. Free hit there for Santiago Laborde. Laborde brings it forward up there to Antonio. Goes the shot, gets it skied up, looking for that one there is Felix. Felix swaps over onto that play here now, and Felix Hussein onto his near side, gets cancelled off out of the play. The backhand comes in by Dante, but it's picked up here by Laborde. Laborde comes forward up towards the goal once again, and Laborde looks to drill that one away, and through the goal it is, and absolutely hammers that one through the goal there. Does Santiago Laborde. So back to the middle of the field it is, in front of us here at Polo line. With Antonio quickly changing. And it looks like we have Felix quickly changed back onto Marilyn. Ball into play. Into play it is. Looking for it, there's Cacchetti, but it looks like it is going to be Antonio to come up with the pieces here now. It's just going to have to yield out of it there. Is going to be Felix, and he goes underneath the neck with that one there, out into a nice bit of open space here for Dante Castagnola to come onto. He's got two men hunting him down, but he gets the shot off in towards the goal. It's going, but Laborde takes it away from literally the goal line and pulls that one out wide from the danger zone. Checks up, turns back inside here now. Laborde unbelievably mounted as always, sends that ball up nicely here now, and it is going to be Felix on the little Marilyn, comes forward here once again. Goes underneath the neck with a first-time play, looking to make you got Cacchetti, looking after Antonio. They're having their own cup of tea on the far side of the field as Habtoor comes in onto that one there, but he's gone a little bit straight with it, and he's right there close to that back line, goes under the neck and tries to fizz that one in, but no, it just goes wide. Just didn't quite get forward enough on that to find his next shot this time. And so we get a little bit of a scramble of players changing, and it is going to be a hit in from the back line for Chihingiri. Antonio's hovering over the ball and just trying to look that as long as he can as he gets it. Gonza coming back on. Dante's back on again. And it is Antonio Hegi. Antonio Try to send that one out. Just lose a little bit of momentum as Gonza just has to wait for that. And waiting for him, of course, is Laborde. Goes under the neck, out in towards the middle of the field, looking for Antonio. Antonio gets away there from Felix. Antonio Higgy up the field. He comes here now, keeping his eye on Cachete out there in front of him. Keeps going forward, and Dante looks after Felix on this here now. Keeps dragging this ball forward, loses a bit of momentum, and in comes Laborde there. We get a whistle on the play. Felix thought that you can see on the replay here now. You see Laborde comes in. He thought that he had the right to come in onto that play there. Antonio just dragged it forward. Maybe we had Laborde coming in from behind. And we have a spot penalty here. Cachete quickly changes in favour of by Wolves, deeming that Antonio come off the line, tried to get back onto it, and in doing so infringed Laborde. So Santiago Laborde taps this up forward here now. Laborde under the neck he goes, out into a little bit of space. Therefore, Felix try and get onto it, but Dante beats him to it, but Felix gets about it down quicker and gets away with it here now. But the two great ponies just come off that play, and the backhand comes in there by Antonio. Antonio's backhand gets stopped, and we get a whistle on the play. And this was a man riding into the backhand. Did they call that? Or is he just having to pick up Felix SA and he's just loitering in the area a little bit? And so the umpires just having a quick chat about this one here now. 6-4 is the score in favour of Dubai Wolves here in Chukker number 4. 1:33 on the clock. Going to the third man just to be sure. So just reviewing this once again. Antonio reckoned he was right to be able to make that play. He thought he had possibly had the player riding into his swing, and you've also got just discussing this one here now. So they believe Antonio was possibly right on that play. And so a ball will be dropped down here now for a penalty in favour of Chihingiri. I think it looks like Dante Castagnolo is on the grey Palomo, rather. And Dante Castagnolo for Chihingiri to bring it into play here now. Oh, dummies the play. Keeps going forward. Cachete there with him. Sends that one in towards the middle of the field here now. Looking for Gonza on Letra, but first to service with it here will be Felix. Felix near side onto a stick side here, looking to protect that ball. There's Gonza working hard on him. Gets turned forward. Black is out, so Felix has the play on this one here now and puts it down the boards. And he's looking there for Laborde, who just has to hook up to get this one in here now. He has Antonio Hagi there with him. And coming back round for this one here now is going to be Laborde once again. Laborde picks it up and goes on the run himself here now. Santiago Laborde. Santi, he's got Gonza in front. He's got Antonio behind. 18 goals of damage there, and he goes in with a near side shot, reverse shot in towards the goal, but it just goes wide. So pressure on this Chihingiri goal at the scoreboard end, and it will be Gonza to bring it in here this time. But we get a whistle on the play. Maybe play hadn't been called. So players called. So we'll revert back to Dante Castagnolo bringing this one in here now. Dante puts that one out wide. Oh, it falls a little bit short for Gonza to get onto, and it's going to be backed in there once again by Cachete Crespo. But Cachete trying to get it up to Laborde, but back onto it quickly there was Dante Castagnolo with a good backhand out there for Gonza. First time play, sends that one into Cachete once again. He's not having a very good afternoon. He's collected the second ball here today. Let's see if we can see on the replay. No, we've up the umpires to decide if he had the right to be there or not. So Cachete dismounted. Ambulance, please. Ambulance, please. Dismounted player. Ambulance. Geldy. So just wait a moment here. Hopefully Cachete will be able to recompose himself and maybe get a little bit of the magic spray. As the ambulance goes down off the field to go down to him. Now, it looks like a ball's been dropped down here now for a penalty 2. There's a penalty 2 here. It looks like in favour of Dubai Wolves. No ambulance, you're a little bit too slow. So Cachete's mounted back up again, thankfully. And the ball for the penalty 2 is teed up there by Laborde, and it looks like it is going to be Felix Essain to put the final touches on it. Oh, no. Looking for a different ball. As, of course, they do sometimes prefer a more used ball rather than a brand new one when taking the penalties, but it is a personal choice. Some prefer a newer ball. So, Wolves looking for goal number 7 here. From the penalty 2 spot, a 30-yard undefended penalty. Be very interesting to have a look at the stats at the end of this match with 12 seconds on the clock. Felix Essain comes up onto this one here now. Comes in, drops the mallet down, puts it away through the goals, flags it off. Goal number 7 on the board there for Dubai Wolves. 7 goals it is for Dubai Wolves. 4 for Chihingiri. And the clock tick-tock down. They decide there won't be time to get back to the middle of the field, so the players resort back to their camps to change ponies. And then we'll be back out again for the 5th and possibly final chukker here of our first match this afternoon in the 17th edition of the Gold Cup 2026. In the meantime, we'll go to a few messages and adverts from Polo Line. Oh, we're going to some of the goals here now, and this is a lovely finish. Next shot there by Jauretche. And this is Bautista. Just shown enough room at that. Just a beautiful goal there by Bautista. They're having to run back for it, but it's going all the way from Bautista Bajuga. And this one, Bauti, playing a little bit of cat and mouse here. Gets up past, flicks that one forward, gets the ride off, goes with a little shot and puts that one away well. And here we had, that was a lovely passing play, really keen up there for Torreguitar. Torreguitar scoring back-to-back goals in that chucker and going forward here now. Torreguitar once again comes in, couldn't get the backhand there, could Solari, but it's going to be Torreguitar, finishes that one off well. Coming back inside once again, Torreguitar shows a bit of a show and go, looks to come inside, then straightened up and off he goes here now. Ujoa tried to get back to him, but not to be. Here, Bauti comes in, just finishes that off. Looking for something out of that was Kulu, but not to be. So back into play it is once again off the back of the line out. Picking that one up there is Dante. Going back to him is Cachete. Cachete worked very hard out here this afternoon, and picking this one up here now is Antonio Hagi. Antonio with Laborde out there in front. Looks to go on the move. Left it behind, so he needs to make a shot with this one here and make a positive play, and does so and sends it out. He's looking there for Dante, but first onto it will be Felix. Felix takes the man and then secures the play. Felix Hussein. Felix turns. Faces forward once again. Looks to his options are, comes under the neck, and he's looking here now for Habtoor to come and run up onto this one here now. Habtoor comes over, strikes that ball well up over the halfway line. Coming back at pace there is Mohamed Chihingiri. Mohamed looking for the hook on the play, but he pushes Habtoor wide. The good pressure there by Mohamed Chihingiri. Then it is going to be Habtoor dancing around the corner here now on the pony and trying to get onto it, but Gonza picks up the play and takes away 2 men on it, but leaves the ball now for Antonio. Antonio Hagi in there with Felix. Pushes that ball up past Felix and trying to get onto it is Gonzalito Perez, and surely does. Gonzalito Perez. Gonza checks up. Goes with a shot. Looks to send that one up the play, but once again, Cachete Crespo cops another one. He's got a big target on him here this afternoon. You can see on the replay there. So, the ball's dropped down for 35. Spot penalty in favour of Wolves. So, Laborde cuts that one out nicely there this time for Felix Assain. Felix checks up on the play. Dante goes back to him. Looks to go up and run past him here now. Gets up, going forward, up onto it, but Antonio's got himself established on that line. The backhand comes in, comes off the pony, and picking it up there once again is Felix. Felix, the ball going nicely for him here now, but as he comes in onto it, he end up losing that one here to Antonio, but he's still working hard on Antonio, who has possession of the play. Antonio cuts this one, bashes it straight up the middle of the field here now, looking for Dante, but going back with him, of course, is going to be Cachete onto his near side. Dante flicks it out there now for Mohamed. Mohamed fishes that one up once again here now. It comes off, Antonio gets stopped, and Gonza picks it up here now. Gonza up on the play, going back with is Laborde. Gonza looks to say it, but the man comes across there in front of him on that one there, and trying to get back onto it, and yep. We get a whistle on the play. Let's have a look on the replay here now. If you go far enough back, no, we need to go a little bit further back. Bit of advantage being played there. Gonza had a player coming across in front of him, so it's been brought back here now for a penalty too, a 30-yard penalty. So Dante just tees this one up whilst they quickly go change. 7-4's the score. Gonza having changed now. I think he's back onto Abuelita. So, Gonza walks up to it, taps it, bobbles it away, through the goal it is, and there it is. Goal number 5 on the board there for Chihingiri. 7 it is to Wolves, but we've still got 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in Chukka number 5. So back to the middle of the field it is. Ball into play. Out the back of the line, out it comes. Coming away with it is Laborde. Laborde up on the play still here now. Gonza couldn't come in there. Goes with a little wristy flick to try and set it up for Cachete coming back at pace, but he gets taken off out of it there by Gonza. Back to the ball. Backhand comes off Dante. Unsighted slightly, but it's enough there for Antonio to get onto, and Antonio going back there with Felix Hussein. Back onto Dama. Felix turns it near side. Felix once again comes forward. Felix gets hooked off out of it, but the ball's left here now for Laborde. Laborde sends that ball up the front door here now, looking for Cachete Crespo. Crespo gets ridden off out of it. The backhand closing that back door once again is Perez. For Castagnola to pick up here now. Castagnola gone forward as Perez. Players told to yield. Comes forward here now, and he was told to get on and make a play, and he went for another tip-tap possibly. That's possibly what it is. Let's see on the replay. We can't hear the umpire, though. So... it looks like we'll have a 4 here now for Wolves. Silly mistake there. Gonza just having a chat there with Peter Wright, but clearly had been told to get on and make a play. They had to get on and use that ball properly. And in not doing so, has given a penalty for a 60-yard penalty to Wolves. So an opportunity for number 8 for Wolves here. So Felix just checking the ball as he's changed pony and comes back round again here now. It's Felix Hussein. Felix comes up onto this one, drive, shoots, his head heightened through the goal, it is, gets away through the forest of mallets, trying to stop it, and through the goals it goes. Goal number 8 there, 4 Dubai Wolves, 8 goals to 5. Here in chucker number 5. Just over 3.5 minutes to play before the first 2 to goes. As the players come back to the middle field, from by Benny. So ball into play it is, on the back of the line out, looking for it as Laborde left it low, and Dante picks it up here now. Dante looking to get away there from Crespo. Dante looking over his shoulder all the time. He knows he's imminently there, trying to get him hooked off out of it. He yields off him, and it is now going to be left for Gonzalito. Taps it up for once again. He's got Felix there with him, looking for a little bit of a window. Goes with the shot and sends it forward, but it's long, it's hard, and out over to the left-hand side it goes, and wide it is. And so the ball's on the back line. The Santiago Laborde into by Wolves to bring into play here now. Santi taps this up forward. Santi once again. Goes under the neck with this one here now for Felix. Felix running onto this one nicely. Their passes have been good between each other. They haven't fallen short. And sent it up the front door here now for Habtoor to run onto. And Habtoor, you see Gonza's been kept off out of it there by Cachete. Straight themselves back up onto it here now. Gets back over to it and Cachete picks it up here. It's gone a little bit wide as it's just a reflex action shot to try and keep that ball moving forward as he's reaching out a long way for it. But it goes wide. So Castagnol to bring it in here. 300 yards to go. Up the field. Goes with the cut shot out here now for Antonio. Antonio picks this one up here now. Got a minute 40 or so on the clock. Antonio up onto this one. Comes up, picks up the ball once again. Does Antonio. Antonio looks to lean into that one there. But not quite enough to get to Gonza as Felix picks up the play. Felix comes in, gets hooked off out of it there. And the ball is left here for Cachete. Cachete in there. But it's now going to be Dante Castagnola. Dante turns away from the play here now. Dante Castagnola up on the move. Dante coming forward once again. He doesn't have enough time to start dither with that ball. They need to get a move on with it, and he sends it up forward, and it's sent underneath the belly there by Habtoor, but it's well read by Antonio, and he goes with the next shot, but no, it's wide. So we've got a minute left to play here now. Chucker number 5, and 8-5 is the score. As Laborde quickly changes back onto Snowmass. Laborde brings it in. Cachete's changed as well. Keeps it coming forward here now, and it is sent up there by Laborde. Laborde sends that one up there, looking for Habtoor, who gets hold of a nice ball and sends that one up forward, looking for Cachete, but back first onto this one here will be Gonza. Gonza, the backhand, strong, in towards the middle of the field for Antonio to get up onto here now. Antonio Hagi going goalward bound. Antonio Hagi, he puts the pressure on there, does Felix, but he gets a shot off, but it doesn't have enough there to go all the way, and Felix can get into this here about the 15 yards from the goal, and it's cut away beautifully there by Felix Hussein. Out towards the side, and looking to come onto this here now is going to be Santiago Laborde. Laborde being pressurised there by Dante. Dante picks it up and brings it back in towards the attack position here now. Does Dante Castagnola. Castagnola coming forward here, wanting the last Song here now and cuts that one in and puts another one on the board there. There's Dante Castagnola for Chihingiri and making it 6 goals for Chihingiri as the first hooter goes, ladies and gentlemen. So our winners of our first match here this afternoon with that final goal there by Dante Castagnola is Dubai Wolves. 8 goals to 6 it is. So the teams congratulate and thank each other for a good game of polo. And now we go chukker by chukker. At the end of chukker number 1, it was 1 apiece. At the end of chukker number 2, 4-1 it was for Dubai Wolves. At the end of chukker number 3, 5-4 in favour of Wolves. And 7-4 at the end of chukker number 4. And 8-6 at the end of chukker number 5. So Dubai Wolves managing to dominate at the end of each chukker. It looks like keeping themselves consistently in the lead from chukker 2 to 5. And they are down in the Wolves camp. And now we'll go to some of our better goals here now, and that's Dante Castagnola with a nice little fist punch there. It was a really nice little goal, that one, that was. And this here, Habtoor cracked an amazing neck shot underneath the neck there, almost between the horse's legs, and through the goal it is. And so this one here worked hard onto that one there, goes underneath the neck there, pounced onto it there, did Felix Esayoun. And here Gonza, this was pure class right in the first chukker, just cut that one in through the goal. So maybe it was the start of the second chukker, just a lovely goal there. And so now we'll hopefully go to a few stats here from Polo Line. Thank you very much indeed. Field goals, 5-4. Throw-ins, 5-10. Chihingiri winning those throw-ins, but unable to capitalise on fouls, pretty even. Stevens, penalties. 3 from 5 from Wolves, but there's a big story there. 2 from 7 for Chihingiri. And no safeties and no yellow cards. So an interesting game of polo there, ladies and gentlemen, with Wolves coming out with a win. And now we'll just have a quick break in transmission before we go for our second match here this afternoon, which will be Gantut and Habtoor Polo. So for myself, Adam Snowden, and Polo Line, we look forward to you tuning in for 4 o'clock.